Okay, guys, so we now reach the part where we are will be showing our friends on the home page of the user. Okay, so first of all, we need to develop an SQL query command that will fetch all the friends of the users. Okay, we are now going to our localhost and phpMyAdmin panel, and we're selecting our database, and then I'm gonna here write an SQL command. Okay, so we're gonna write select space distinct. It means do not select duplicates, and then break. We're gonna select friends ID, comma break friends.user ID, comma break friends.friend ID, comma break friends.date created, comma break, then users dot email, comma break, then users dot first name, comma break, then users dot last name, comma break, then users dot ava, comma break, then users dot cover, comma break, then users dot birthday, comma break, then we have users dot gender, comma break, and the final is by users dot bio, no comma break, and we want to select, as we see, the first values we're going to select from friends. So here we need to write as per the syntax of SQL from friends, but as you see, we are also assigning, we're also retrieving the data from the users table, so we'll have to make a join. So we write left join users on, where friends dot user ID will be equals to user dot ID, and friends dot user ID is not equals to current user ID, which is, let's say, 2, space or space friends dot friend ID equals to users dot ID, and friends.friend ID is not equals to current user. As a current user example, I'm taking user ID 2, which is a Jennifer Lawrence in my case. Break. Okay, so this means select friends, but do not select the current user. This is the logic of this. And we now need to declare a conditional, select all friends where, let's say, user ID equals 2 or friends ID equals 2. Means for all of the scenarios, select friends of the current user. You know that user ID is the one who sent a request, friend ID is the one who accepted this. So it doesn't matter Jennifer Lawrence is the one who accepted or the one who sent it. So in any conditions, we want to see the friends. Okay, here we write where friends.user_id equals 2, which is Jennifer Lawrence, or friends.friend_id equals 2, which is also Jennifer Lawrence. And then we want to sort it order by friends.date created by descending order, break, and here we will write limit, let's say limit 10, and offset, let's say, which means skip, will be 0. So I will copy this. Do not follow me now. So I'll just go to the friends. I'll show you that Jennifer Lawrence, she has 1, 2, 3, 4 friends. Okay, I'll just paste it here, and here we go. These are all the friends. So that's it. Amazing. So we're gonna now implement this SQL in our PHP. So I'm going to our development environment, and I will open the class which is access.php. Right at the bottom, I'm gonna write a new function which will be select friends, open and close round brackets, then open curly bracket. In the round brackets, we're gonna make references to the parameters, which is ID, comma, then dollar symbol, limit, comma, space, dollar symbol, offset. Okay, so here we're gonna declare a variable which is SQL. SQL equals to double quotation marks, and in this double quotation marks, we're gonna insert the SQL which I have just now written. So I copy this and I insert it right over here. So here we need to do a minor changes, which will be to the ID of the user. So all digits of the ID must be replaced with a variable which is ID. So in my case, there are 4 places where the ID need to be changed. Okay, then limit, we will write here limit, and offset will make a reference to the offset variable which is passed in this function. Okay, very good. So after that, we gonna prepare the statement for the execution. So we write statement equals to this arrow con, which means connection, arrow, prepare our SQL command, which we just wrote above for the execution. Prepare it. Okay, then we'll check statement to have an errors if open and close round brackets and then curly brackets. In the round bracket, put exclamation mark, then dollar symbol statement. If there is no statement, so then we want to throw new exception. In the round brackets, we are writing statement, arrow, error, semicolon at the end. Great. So then we want to execute the statement. We simply write statement, arrow, execute, semicolon at the end. Then we want to get all results what we've got through this selection. So we write statement, arrow, get results, and we assigned the results which we got to the new variable which called results. Dollar symbol results equals to statement, arrow, get results, semicolon. Okay, great. So here I'm gonna declare a new variable which will be friends equals to array, open and close round brackets, then semicolon. And then we're gonna use a while loop in order to get each result from this result variable. So I'll write while, open and close round brackets, then open and close curly brackets. In the round brackets, we're gonna create a new variable raw, which means it will take one row, one by one. Okay, while, then in the round brackets, raw equals to result, arrow, fetch underscore associated raw. Okay, then we want to concatenate this raw to the variable friends. And here we write friends, open and close square brackets, equals raw. So this is how we are concatenating the array to dictionary, which is a friends. Okay, very good. And finally, we're gonna return our friends. Return friends. Let me write a comment for you. This function selects all friends of the current user. So this is SQL command for execution. That one we are here. We are preparing SQL for execution, checking for having an error. Here we are executing it. Here we are assigning all results of execution to results variable. Okay, this will be a new array to store all friends by raw. Okay, here we are getting each row and assigning or concatenating or appending to friends variable. Okay, this is what we're doing in this function. Very good. So this function is done. Now we are going to our class, which is called friends.php. So here we have a lot of scenarios, and we're going to have one more scenario which will allow us to select all our friends. So I'll scroll down here. Here I will write another scenario which will be else if, open and close round brackets, then in the round brackets dollar symbol underscore request, then square brackets, then single quotation marks, action coming out from the square brackets, double equal marks, then again single quotation marks will be friends, open and close curly bracket. So this will be scenario to select all friends of the user via ID. Okay, good. So very important information here is ID, then also limit, then also offset. Okay, so first of all we need to check is it set or not. If open and close round brackets, then in the round brackets write is set, then a second round brackets. In the second round brackets write $symbol underscore request, then open and close square brackets. In the square brackets make a reference to the ID. Coming out from the square brackets and then from the round brackets, then we're putting or symbol, and again is set open and close round brackets. In the round brackets putting a $symbol underscore request square brackets, then single quotation marks, then we want to get limit, then coming out from the square brackets, then from the round brackets space again or symbol, and now we'll check for offset. Is set in the round brackets we put $symbol underscore request open and close square brackets. In the square brackets we write single quotation marks, and then in the single quotation marks we'll write offset. Brilliant. So this means if it is set, so we need to put here exclamation mark which states false. Means if ID is not set, if limit is not set, if offset is not set. Okay, in case if it's not set, then we want to return an error message. We will assign to an array which is a return array, return open and close square brackets, then single quotation marks. Status will be equals to 400 semicolon at the end. So we will store the value 400 under the key statement, and the same we're gonna do for the message. Return square brackets single quotation marks, then message equals to single quotation marks missing required information, and then semicolon at the end. Great. And then we want to echo this, echo JSON underscore encode return array, and then we're gonna return here, so semicolon at the end. Here we are checking our required informations received to execute further function or not. Checking if required information is received to execute further functions or not. Okay, great. So let's say if it is received, so then we need to access the values under these keys, and we need to assign it to the new variables. So I'll create a new variable which is ID equals to HTML entities. In the round brackets we'll write $symbol underscore request and square bracket, then single quotation marks, make a reference to the ID. The same stuff we are doing for the limit, where in the single quotation marks we'll write limit, and the variable name will be limit as well. The same like we did for limit, we're gonna do it for the offset as well. So variable offset, and the key name will be offset as well. Okay, this is a safe mode of casting received information. Great. Okay, so now let's go and execute the function in order to select all the users. Okay, well, I'll write $symbol access arrow select friends, and here we've got ID, we've got limit, and we have got limit and offset semicolon at the end. Very good. And then after this, we need to assign all of these friends to the new variable, which will be friends equals to access arrow select friends. So here we are executing function and assigning all results to friends variable. Okay, very good. So then we will use an if statement to check are the friends received or not. If open and close round brackets, then in the round brackets make a reference to the friends which we just now created. Then if so, then we will write a return open and close square brackets, then single quotation marks. We will have a key which is a friends. Under this key will be stored all the friends. $symbol friends semicolon at the end. Okay, and we'll write the else statement, which will say a message return status can be equals to, let's say, 400, and again return open and close square brackets, then message will be equals to no friends have been found. And semicolon at the end. Okay, very good. So here, friends selected successfully. And here, when could not select friends, which means no friends. Okay, excellent. So we are done writing a scenario for selecting the friends. Now we will have to test it. So I'm going to my browser, localhost fb right slash then friends.php question mark action will be equals to friends, then and id will be equals to, which is Jennifer Lawrence, and limit, let's say, equals 10 or 100, and offset, which means skip, will be equals to 0. I click enter, and here we go. These are all my friends which are retrieved back. So my code works super fine. You can pause the video and make sure that this code, first of all that one, and then this select friends code, it is exactly identical. Make sure this, guys. Okay, so that is really amazing. That is superb. So we will now go to the front end and program our front end. Let's go and do this, guys. Good job.